Something shocking just happened in Madrid, and this time it had nothing to do with forehands, rankings, or pressure. Iga Swiatek walked onto court ready to compete, but moments later, the world saw a completely different battle unfold. The former champion was not fighting an opponent. She was fighting her own body. Welcome back to Tennis Desk, where we break down the biggest stories in tennis with real insight and real emotion. And today, Madrid gave us one of the toughest scenes of the season. Just 2 days earlier, Swiatek looked sharp and in control. She had moved through her previous round comfortably, showing signs that her game was finally clicking again. Fans hoped this could be the week she rebuilt momentum and reminded everyone why she remains one of the most dangerous players in the sport. But when she returned for her next match, something felt off immediately. Her movement lacked the usual spring. Her reactions were slower. Even between points, her body language told a story words could not. This was not the energetic, intense version of Iga that tennis fans know so well. As the match continued, the situation became more serious. Medical staff were called. She tried to reset. She tried to push through. Champions often do. But sometimes effort is not enough when the body simply refuses to cooperate. Eventually, Swiatek made the painful decision to retire mid-match. She left the court emotional, head down, clearly devastated. It was a scene that hit hard because this was not about losing to a better player. This was about being stopped by something completely outside her control. Later, when she spoke to reporters, the frustration was obvious. She explained that the previous 2 days had been terrible and revealed she believed a virus was circulating around the tournament site. According to her, some hours felt manageable while others were much worse. That uncertainty can be brutal for an athlete trying to prepare. Imagine training your whole life to perform at the highest level, then waking up not knowing if your body will give you 10% or 90%. Swiatek admitted her energy levels had completely crashed. She said she had zero energy and felt physically awful. Even the day before the match had been worse, but she still hoped match day might bring improvement. That hope never became reality. And this is where the story becomes even more revealing. She knew it would be difficult, yet she still chose to step on court. Why? Because elite athletes are wired differently. They always believe there is a chance. They believe pain can pass. They believe adrenaline can rescue them. They believe champions find ways. Swiatek even said she had played through illness before and still won matches. But this time it was different. Much different. During the deciding set, she started feeling dizzy. Coordination dropped. She struggled to drink because she constantly felt full. Then the energy disappeared completely. That combination is dangerous in professional tennis. People often underestimate how physically brutal this sport is. Long rallies, explosive movement, altitude conditions in Madrid, mental stress, heat, nerves. If your energy tank is empty, the mountain becomes impossible to climb. And yet, despite all of that, Swiatek still fought. That says a lot about her mindset. This season has already tested her in ways many did not expect. There have been early exits, surprising defeats, and constant questions about form. Every tournament has felt like another chance to silence doubt. Madrid looked like an opportunity. Instead, illness stole the moment. What makes this especially painful is that Swiatek said she actually felt good about her game recently. She believed she was moving forward in the process. That line matters, because confidence in tennis is fragile. When a player finally feels progress, they need matches. They need rhythm. They need repetition under pressure. A forced retirement interrupts all of it. She also revealed that during the third set, after falling behind, her temperature and blood pressure were checked. She then attempted to continue after medication. Think about that determination. Many players would stop earlier. Swiatek tried to keep going. But eventually, down in the final set, tears replaced hope, and she walked off court. This was not weakness. This was a competitor reaching a limit. Now the focus shifts to recovery and timing. The Italian Open in Rome is next, and that tournament matters massively. It is one of the final major clay events before Roland Garros. For a player with Swiatek's clay court pedigree, Rome is not just another stop. It is a launchpad. She said the first priority is simply getting healthy, and she expects to recover within a few days. That optimism is important. But the bigger question is rhythm. Can she regain sharpness quickly enough? Can she rebuild confidence after another frustrating interruption? Can she arrive in Paris feeling dangerous again? Do not forget, champions are often most dangerous when doubted. And Swiatek may now enter the next phase of the clay season with something powerful: motivation. There is also another layer to this story. She mentioned that players around the site had been dealing with illness too. That means Madrid may have become more than just a tournament battle. It may have become a survival test. And it was not only Swiatek affected. Former US Open champion Marin Cilic also withdrew from Madrid, citing food poisoning. Cilic had been set for an exciting match against rising star João Fonseca. Many fans were looking forward to that clash because it represented experience versus youth, proven champion versus fearless prospect. But it never happened. Cilic shared that he had become sick the day before and spent the night trying to recover. By morning, his body was exhausted and not ready for battle. Again, this reminds us of something fans sometimes forget. Behind every draw sheet and every headline are human beings dealing with travel, changing food, stress, pressure, weather shifts, and physical risk. The tennis calendar is relentless. One virus or one bad meal can change everything. To his credit, Cilic apologized to fans and wished Fonseca luck. Fonseca responded with class, wishing him a speedy recovery. That mutual respect is one of the best parts of tennis. So where does all this leave Madrid? It leaves the tournament shaken. Big names gone. Health concerns spreading. Opportunities opening for others. And fans wondering who can physically survive the grind. But it also leaves us with a stronger understanding of what players endure. When stars lose early, criticism comes quickly. Social media asks questions instantly. But stories like this show that results do not always tell the truth. Sometimes a defeat is not tactical. Sometimes it is medical. Sometimes the scoreboard hides the real struggle. If she returns healthy in Rome, watch out. A rested, motivated Swiatek on clay is still one of the scariest sights in tennis. And for the rest of the tour, that should be a warning. Madrid may have ended in tears, but the clay season is far from over. The biggest stages are still ahead. The most important matches have not been played yet. So now I want to ask you, will this setback slow Iga Swiatek down, or will it fuel a huge comeback in Rome and Paris? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay with Tennis Desk for the biggest tennis stories, sharpest analysis, and all the drama from the tour. Because in tennis, one bad day can break momentum, but one comeback can change everything.